Mickey.
Yeah, Mickey, we're live. We're going now.
Where you going?
We're going on here. Anyway, hi everybody. I'm with the madman, Mickey.
Hello.
We still are a bit sort of... We know it's a load of rubbish, but, you know, once you start looking up bits about Hitler, every time you go there, it's full of Hitler. But Mickey still says that he saw a video, didn't he, Mickey, where the person puts the Hitlers together and they're different men.
Well, no, there was no person putting them together. It was on the film itself.
Yeah.
When he was in his eagle's nest, and where it's like, you know, it's the same camera, and yet you're seeing 1 minute you're seeing Hitler as like a frail man, and yet the next one he's standing there in his uniform, where he's like a 6'1", healthy as anything, square shoulders and everything.
So we haven't quite found that video yet.
And I'm thinking like, that's weird.
And when we do, when I do find it,
Really strange.
because Mickey, well, I don't know, he says he sent it to me, but I didn't find it. But when we do, I'll put that on. But anyway, I did think that glass was a bit weird, but it does kind of... Anyway, we're not going to do that. We're going to put this video on, and we put some stuff together. And the bit that was intriguing us to start with was the fact that it was about Hitler's wife.
Eva Braun.
Yeah, so supposedly that's... And we're going to have a look at this footage now. We're going to have a look. This is being done live. Mickey, this is what you wanted. You wanted me to blow it all up as it was going along. I mean, he's basically... You see, we've seen this before. And where did I do it, Mickey? It was on... Should we show people? Because it's not even that long ago. So, there you go. He's got a bit of hair there. And his hair isn't the way you think it is. And obviously, maybe it's because it's receded. I just don't know. But you can see that bit of hair. And where did we have that, Mickey? Hang on. So, we saw the same thing going on. When you stop the footage, that's what you see. A bloke wearing a hairband. And the hair's not right because his hair goes much further up there. I know it's a little bit small, so I'll tell you what. This is what we'll do. Just in case you didn't see it. You know, it's by accident. You stop the footage and you can see this person. Instead of it actually being real hair, their hair is up here. There's a problem here, and they've got, you know, like it's like their hairline comes up to there. I don't know what it is, but they're not. They've got like a hairband on. Well, Hitler has the same thing. Oh yes, I'll zoom in because, I mean, who is this person? Oh, come on. Yes. With the same problem going on with a bit of hair. You're not probably supposed to notice that, but anyway, let's move on. So yes, but they said that they got married a day before she and him died. She got married to him right at the end. Yeah, anyway, that's him. He's got quite a big... Look at that, Mickey. Oh, I've got to go back. Look at the size of his jacket and that compared to her. It's quite big man then, wasn't it? Look at the size of his jacket. It's like about 10 times too big for him. But anyway, so we were watching this and he got married, and then there was her sister and all this stuff, and rah rah rah, and her sister fell in love with him and he didn't want her, and he got executed at the so we were watching this and we were sort of, I wouldn't say we were getting into it, and you always think, wow, 10 and 1 and 5 and here's a bit more of Hitler, but we're going to get into something else in a minute. It just led us that way, but there's going to be a bit coming on when Hitler's face is moving around. Ah, did you see that? So the next bit's a bit funny, isn't it, Mickey? So we'll play it. because it actually looks there's a funny man walking past there. It's too close to the camera. Wherever here comes a man. That is a man kissing. You can see it, can't you?
It's like that 9 o'clock here.
Please kiss me for longer. I want a bigger, longer kiss. Shall we see it again? That's a bit bizarre, I think. So also we've got back to Hitler, and then coming onto this bit, and then a man walks across the screen, which there, look at that, can't even see him. And then this other man, that is a man. Kisses like a man, doesn't it? Flossie's now snoring. But now it's a sort of woman, and when they turn around, it's someone completely different. Hi! And then I said to Mickey, oh look, that soldier there, what's he got on his hat? And then it led us on to the next bit. So a bit like, because it wasn't just the German Nazi people that were wearing them, it was them. And they are from Poland, and they're hussars. And now we're talking of, oh, he's still in there, Mickey, the other guy. Now talking about the 1700s.
Yeah, and the Prussians, isn't it?
Yeah, and the Russians, obviously.
Yeah.
But actually, there is a bit of writing coming up in a minute, so we'll read that, because since they all had it. And at the very end, there's a funny bit at the end. Hopefully it gets through, because we sped it up a tiny bit. You'll see that pirates have the same thing. So are they just a bunch of pirates? Because if you had that on a ship, you'd be a pirate.
Against the maritime law.
Yes, and this is what's running us now, the same lot. The pirates. They don't mind these symbols, because obviously there's eagles there, and we know what that is. And we found her, the Kaiser's daughter, Princess Victoria Louise. But that must be, is that his daughter?
It could well be.
Is he the Kaiser?
Yeah, he seems to be the main man.
He's got an amazing hat. I would be a bit worried with that coming towards me. He's got skull and bones.
Yeah.
But again, look, these pictures are really old. This could be the 16 and 1700s, because they've lied to us about everything. And some of these pictures, or whatever they are about, they must be older than they've said.
Exactly.
I mean, he's quite grand, and even if it's Prussian, he's got the cross on him. But he was in a lot of the pictures, that bloke there, the last hussar. That is the Prussian ones, isn't he? He's a Prussian one. But we saw the Polish ones.
The elderly one, yeah.
That's where it kind of started, I think, with the Polish ones.
Even has the star.
They had feathers on their back. They were a bit different. Then it seems to have gone over to this lot with skull and bones. And here, I think that's the same person, isn't it? The princess.
Princess, yeah.
Because we're going, well, that's a woman. Doesn't say that, but there you are. There you go. It's a woman. Oh, yes. 1 second. The only thing is, just, you know, that looks like a face, or they've definitely done something to that face over the top of the darker ear. I'm sorry, she's not going to...
Hands here, though, isn't it? Not on hands here. Not delicate at all. Strange.
They seem proud to be running around in their skull and bones. Obviously you can say she's been colorized and all that, but how old is she? Or who, like, her ear doesn't really go in with her face. That looks like a man's hair. They just stuck a woman's face on. We'll never know, but I saw that and I told Mickey that it's like she's got a mask on.
Westworld again.
Look at her neck.
Massive. Jesus Christ. Some colour in it.
It is. But, you know, and the other odd thing is, this time it would have been a woman hussar, and she's got a skirt on, but a woman, they were in this stuff then.
Well,
you know, like they said, oh, the immigrants didn't come till after the Second World War. Whatever time they said, you know, women are in these things, so it's different to what they've said. It just is. Anyway, let's play on. Yeah, so she's got one. There you go. And then we realised this was all to do with the hussars. Because, you know, it never comes to you as easy as that. You find a picture and you go on and then you find more information and more information. But, you know, this brigade of hussars, they basically went out first. They're like the SAS.
SS, yes.
All the SS, yeah. They went out first and then the armies went out. So these were, what do you call them? Well, not many of them probably survived, but they were murdering. That's their job, isn't it? Just to slash the enemy in front of them.
Yeah, it's just
making it easier for the army to come through.
Make you fear them.
Yeah, I only put, because his hat, it was his hat that I put in. There's some more. They say that they've got the death head insignia, and that's what started to interest me. I mean, this to me is Tartaria, like the Tsar's time. And these might still, although they're hussars, but they might be Prussian ones. It just doesn't. It just says it's a hussar. It doesn't tell you which country. But we do see it in a minute because we saw it. Somebody was putting questions in, so there you go. So it's linked back to Tolkien. How do you say that? Yeah. There's a book about it. You can read it. We open it up in a moment so you can see it, but it's just too much to read. But he has over here a death head on his hat. So that's basically it. So you can stop and read that if you want. Oh yeah, we carry on for a little bit and then I stop it. Yeah. So obviously the hussars and all that were something completely different, because it couldn't have just been feathers, because they were like the SAS. It's got to be. No, Floss is playing up now. Stop it, Floss. She's saying, pay me attention. Mickey, isn't she? Anyway, found this as well. Oh my God, look at that.
A bit frightening.
Well, we're going back. Let's just go back to that one. Oh gosh. You know, when you see that on the page, it kind of takes over. And what was your first words, Mickey?
Roman.
Roman. Yeah. People have to get it into their minds. We're talking Roman. Look at it. What are they holding with eagles on the top? We just put little skirts on them and just change the swastika maybe, and you'd realise they're Romans with their little flaggy things. But it's so big, the picture, I've made it smaller, but it's just like, wow, yuck.
You just need the grandeur of it, you know?
Yeah.
Too small, it wouldn't give the same view.
Yeah, let's go on. Anyway, we've done that one.
Mate.
Oh. And then, so look what that says. So that is according to the Tolkien cough. What is that? Cough.
Yeah, Tolkien cough.
Yeah, there you go. You said it better. It's a reminder that you always be willing to put yourself at stake for the life of the whole community. This is what they're saying it means, but it is about death. And so it doesn't say it in that, does it?
No, that's what, you know.
That's an SAS kind of thing, isn't it?
It's been a nice thing, though. It's not the way they've said.
You think it's different?
Well, this is totally different.
It comes from here, and what we realised was, first of all, it's happening because there's regiments.
That's it, leagues, yeah.
Leagues, and so they had this in those leagues. But we don't really understand it all and what it really means, because there you are, so there's the ranks. So, yeah, it's in there, and that's where it came from. And there he is, look, there he is. He says the Kingdom of Sweden.
Ooh.
I thought he came from... Oh, right, so he's the Kingdom of Sweden. So light cavalry... Oh, let's just stop for a second. Light cavalry used as skirmishers for scouting ahead of the army. These superb horsemen are a task that can be used as a screen by the main army or for strategic scouting to locate the enemy. They are armed with curved sabres and smoothbore carbine muskets. We saw this bit down here, but I'm not sure if that's something totally different, because we've put up Death Head Hussars and that's what it says there. And then here we've got the person from Sweden. So let's move on.
Yeah, that's what that.
And there they are. They've all got these death heads, which is the skull and bones, on the top of their hats.
present.
Yeah, and there you go. There's a bit more information there, so you can stop this and look at it. So basically, if you want to look the word up, it just says a definition of a human skull or representation of it symbolising death. But that's not what that other one said. It's about being there for each other and being part of a unit or community. Yeah. But then they were supposed to be at war, weren't they? So maybe they, they had to. So again, that's telling you it's about divisions. So that's how it started, supposedly. But we know that it's all his story. So. And then it started going on to about the winged hussars, which I've made a video about that Mickey hasn't seen. Yeah, and that was the 1770s. And then I thought, oh no, because this then takes us somewhere else. We're doing the skull and bones, so we did look a little bit, but then I decided just to get off this because it just goes on. Yeah, well I've done that one anyway. They used to have, they must have looked quite frightening coming. Look, the winged men are coming. But we don't want to do that. We're doing, because it just goes off somewhere else. We're doing these ones. We're doing the skull and bones, which is the death head, which is a bit of a weird death head. It obviously tells you, doesn't it? The death heads are coming. Oh, that's it. It's over.
That's it. Run.
It's a bit like our video at the end, isn't it? We've got a little bit of funniness to show you. We just hope, like they say, that they don't... because it's the hypocrisy of the whole thing. It was on the BBC.
It's brainwashing corporation.
So there you go. There's a little bit more information. Obviously, look it up yourself. But I don't know if I've ever seen the skull and bones like that. But anyway, so we're looking through this. Rah-de-rah-de-rah. And then it's going to come up that they all had them. So we've got the death moth. So that has a skull and bones on it and is linked in with that, but it's a moth rather than... But that's where it's come from, well, maybe. And then skull and crossbones, there you go. And then I was thinking, hey, where's the bit when it said countries had it? Have we done that bit? I thought that bit was... Yeah. I thought we brought that bit up when it said all countries had it. Oh, I know, it's coming on the next bit. So anyway, that's also to do with the skull and bones because it's to do with pirates. Haha, me hearty. So isn't that strange that they picked that symbol to have on their uniform when it's always been associated with taking things over, hasn't it really? That's what pirates are about. I'm taking your ship, I'm taking your goods. You see me? I'm coming after you. I mean, he's got very strange eyes. I don't really know what's going on there, but I'm not going to look at it. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's look. We may as well, as he's there. Oh, look at
Jesus.
that.
What
I don't
is
know.
it?
That's a bit weird.
My God.
Let's put that bit in because we want the skull and bones. That's the whole point. That eye is not right. Is it glass eye?
I'll cover it.
Cover it.
Put a patch on it, Jesus.
Anyway, we showed you that. Live research. Mickey wanted me to do this, didn't you, Mickey?
Yeah, thanks for getting me.
Okay, sorry. Well, we had to show it. Something wrong with that one's eye.
Seriously.
There's another one with one on. But you can never quite work everything out because obviously they've got different bands on their heads. We were watching about him and his wife and then he fell in love with someone else and he couldn't get divorced because it'd be hypocritical and all that crap. But anyway, part of the story. But anyway, these have all got skull and bones on their heads.
I must say the Hugo Boss.
Are these the most nastiest ones with the skull and bone?
Yeah, the SSR.
I mean, oh yeah, look at that for an eagle and the whole thing. Cool, look at that. Third Reich. Yeah, they've all got skull and bones. Oh, is this it here then? Yes, it's going to be here. So there's another bit more. Oh, it's come up a bit bigger, that writing, Mickey. Anyway, yeah, so there it is. I think that's a film. Oh, here we go, the questions. So, stop and read this anytime you want. There's a little bit of information there. This is people writing it, and I find some of these quite interesting. And then I'm sure this is going to be the bit where they explain this is a bit we want. So coming. Ah, is this it? So, the skull and crossbones, or death head, is not purely German, still less a specifically Nazi symbol, but has been and still is used by many military units, including the British, the Australian and the Swedish armies and the US Marine Corps. The British Queen's Royal Lancers used the skull and crossbones with the caption beneath "All Glory, the Death, All Glory," and 100 Squadron RAF fly it on their flag. It would appear to be a sign of commitment to the die fighting rather than mere badassery. So there you go. So when you look at it, it isn't just going to be them that are wearing it, and actually what it really means is they're all part of the same thing. They show it like the Germans, but forget to show it they've got it themselves. Disgusting, as per usual. So what does that say? British, Australian, Swedish. So if the Australian got it, New Zealand and Canada will have it. They all got it. But anyway, I'm glad about that. I'm glad it shows that, because they all had it, even though in this bit it just looks like it's the Germans.
All exposed.
Yeah, all of them. Isn't it, Mickey?
Definitely.
All of them. Be under know that it is just the Germans. It's all of them. All of them are the same.
Yeah.
They're all the same.
Yeah, Monsieur.
Anyway, so I thought I'd put that in for everybody.
I think that is a fantastic idea.
I don't think I have a good German voice though, so.
No, but it is better than that.
No, you have a good one, Mickey.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just all hypocrisy, the whole thing. But anyway, so the best bit probably is the bit at the end, which is actually quite funny. And it's not very often you get it where the BBC comedy, truth, and they're exposing it in a way. In a very funny way.
A bit like They Live.
But see this, it's too much to read. But, you know, is any of it real? But it goes back to the 1700s now, that thing. And maybe they just changed it to double eagles again. Maybe it's a period where we're going to have those in and then we're going to have those in. I don't know.
But, you know, the Germans had them even above them poles, you know what I mean?
Oh, so they had some on those things and say, what was walking?
Schnitzels,
It's a big picture. But what it is we're just going to let the next bit go. Thanks very much for helping me, because you just enjoy it?
Yeah.
Hey!
It's very good.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay then.
Cookie shade.
Thanks very much, darling.
Thank you.
One. Yeah, we've come back actually because we're just going to be adding a bit more in. I just can't help it. Once I see it, I see it. I don't know. Is this what you thought Hitler looked like? Because in this footage of Hitler, just slowed down a little bit, you know, and I think he's different to the Tsar. He's another one. Sometimes when you slow the footage down, you see the changes. All I can see is the mistakes and how this light sort of thing travels around his hand. That's a bit weird. But is that what you thought he looked like? Is it?
Hitler.
Is that, look at his hand now, there's a light. It's just, I think what it is in reality, he's probably got a little, what is it, a button, a silver button or something underneath. It's the light catching as he's moving his hand.
It's the frame of the car.
But look at his hand. Now something's grabbed it. And look at his arm. I've been totally made for you. I'm going to terrorize you for years, but I'm not real. This isn't. Who makes all this stuff for us? He's got a totally different... His face is different there. We're going to show it in a moment because obviously we've added this bit. That hand and his arm, does that look real? Does that look like Hitler to you? Does it look like the Tsar one?
One of many.
It's one of many. I'm playing him today. No, I'm playing him. No, I'm playing him.
Alright, I'll do it today. Just for now.
Oh, you can do it then.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Oh, no, you can do it today if you want.
I'll think about it. Ja, I will. Solid. Take the mic, Mark.
Look at his face here, Mickey. Look.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think his arm looks a bit weird there, but Mickey doesn't, but I do. I think it all looks bizarre. It's just slowing a bit of footage down. His face gets a bit weird here. I don't know if I can really understand that. Looks like he's got no eyes at the moment.
That's what he's doing, isn't it? Bloody flags into there.
So much distortion all the time.
It's a shame about the movie, yeah.
No. Oh yes, I stopped to do something and he liked his hand. Oh dear.
You Betty.
Yeah. Anyway, and that little girl's got a K on her hand. It's a bit weird.
Bizarre.
It's all horrible. It's the K. I don't know. Nothing looks right. Look at all the flags. How small are those flags? How small are those flags down there to her? Like, I don't know. There's people sort of like creatures of the wood in there and everything. And well, they've all got their hands up and it's all weird. Can't make anything out. Here he is again. I've got my thing on my hand. Look, beam me up. There's the button I was talking about that's shining. Does he look like him yet? Does he look like this man that you thought he was? And look how he sort of races around the scenery. So funny, they always scoot around. You can see he's superimposed. It's got this sort of ring round him. I saw that, that was weird. It's got this sort of...
It's like that thing...
Look at his arm. This arm doesn't look right. Bendy arm, bendy arm.
Remember I was saying about when these leaders are outside their cars like this, they become great because these men are sort of wanting to be killed every day by assassins.
Vicky, look, what's you seen there? Look, watch. Look at he's got one key on, right? What's in there? It's like a devil. Like, ooh, here it comes. Everybody else is in colour and then there's this weird thing. Look, there it goes. Oh, hey, carry on. You were saying?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
And the boxes. Look at all the boxes.
Well, it's like we wouldn't get Churchill out in a car like that in England, would you? In them days, because he would be shot in a second. Or was it the country just didn't really trust him, or we'd have a great fear where Hitler's like Gaddafi, where he's in an open car. Come and shoot me now, boy.
Well, we have said that really
so
he's
he's
the Tsar,
like
but he looks
emperor in a way.
He looks a bit like Gaddafi as well. He looks the same like Gaddafi.
He has no
that's
fear.
the person I saw, and I said, "Oh no, it's the Tsar." But to be honest, the reason we filmed this is sorry, the whole thing is bizarre. Look at the grass on the right-hand side here. Look how.
I think that's cobbled road.
Look at that. There's a line there. You can see.
It's cobbled road.
No, it's not. That's fake.
You
Look
think
at
that's
it.
mud? I wouldn't think that.
This guy loses his face. That's too dark. Look at the soldiers. They're not smaller behind you. It's all weird. Most of the time they make everything smaller, but it's not real. Look at it. Look at the car on the left, and oh, look at that. That's supposed to be. There he is. I said to Mickey, that doesn't look like him. That looks like the Indian Prime Minister or something.
It could be that high up and you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know it's the fake one. How can you tell?
How can you tell who that is? It looks like a darker skinned person.
So yeah, again, proper for assassination for any French resistance or anyone there. See what I'm saying? So yeah, again, we're going into...
Or it's just all propaganda.
You can't have the real one standing there.
There's another creature of the wood in there.
Oh dear, look at the size
Creature
of
of the
him.
wood.
Jesus, yeah. Massive tune.
There he is. I don't know. You just can't tell who that is. Oh, we're back to him now.
Back to the studios.
Cool, look at that bit where his hair goes around there. Isn't that weird? Just there, look. It's got two spots, and look at his hair there. Look, it's got a spot there and a spot there. And look at his... That doesn't look right. Yeah, look at this. Look at that. Oh, look at his hand. Because it's not his hand, but it is his hand. Look, that's him doing the head. But I don't think any of this is right because it's just all superimposed. But does that now look a bit more like Hitler? Tesla? But you know what? See, that looked like Prince Charles there. See, but there's this one. Out of Russia. And then there's this one.
Hair's cut differently again,
You just get moments. People just put a tiny clip. But the Tsar of Russia one, he doesn't have this emblem. We go back here, look. He doesn't have the emblem like this one has. There's no emblem there. It's a bit weird. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird because it's all fake. And everybody keeps making these videos for us. Well, I don't think that one is that one. This one. But let's move on because we've already got him in a bit of a picture. Yes. Let's move that one on. Oh yes, because what it was on his face. And you can see that he is superimposed in the foot. Down here's a bit. It's crazy, Mickey. Crazy. Absolute crazy. I don't know, his beard. I don't know, that looks all a bit weird. There you go, there he is again. Who's that one then? And this bit they're out. Look at those zigzags. Not real. Zigzags, not real. Even Mickey understands that one now. Not real, not real, not real. Obviously, they're talking about... What is that place in the...
Eagle's Nest.
What was it called though? His what?
Retreat, wasn't it? It called the Eagle's Nest.
Here he is. There's another one now. Look at his arm. Look at this. Stopped it. Look at that. Look at that. Everybody, please wake up. I don't know why they had to do this.
It's the same way it looked like that.
Well, that's crazy. I mean, there's another one now. That's another Hitler. How now? Or is that? But he changes a few times. Flossie's snoring, so I hope we don't hear her. Look at that hand. That is just vomit stuff. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the video.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it, Mickey?
Yeah. It's good.
Oh, there we go. There's that one and that one. So that one and this one. Do you think that this one looks anything like this? No.
No, I was hoping.
Now we'll see how these Russians deal with a crack SS division.
Hans?
Have courage, my friend.
Yeah. Hans, I've just noticed something.
These communists are all cowards.
Have you looked at our caps recently?
Our caps?
The badges on our caps. Have you looked at them?
What? No. A bit?
They've got skulls on them. Have you noticed that our caps have actually got little pictures of skulls on them?
I don't,
Hans, Are we the baddies?
Let's see. We should be able to hold them at this point here, at least for a few hours.
Why skulls, then?
What?
Why skulls?
Well, maybe they're the skulls of our enemies.
Maybe. But is that how it comes across? I mean, it doesn't say next to the skull, you know, yeah, we killed him, but trust us, this guy was horrid.
Well, no, but...
I mean, what do skulls make you think of? Death, cannibals, beheading, pirates.
Pirates are fun.
I didn't say we weren't fun, but fun or not, pirates are still the baddies. I just can't think of anything good about a skull.
What about pure Aryan skull shape?
Even that is more usually depicted with the skin still on. Whereas the Allies...
Oh, you haven't been listening to Allied propaganda. Of course they're going to say we're the bad guys.
But they didn't get to design our uniforms. And their symbols are all, you know, quite nice. Stars, stripes, lions, sickles.
What's so good about a sickle?
Well, nothing. And obviously, if there's one thing we've learned in the last 1,000 miles of retreat, it's that Russian agriculture is in dire need of mechanization.
Tell me about
But you've got to say, it's better than a skull. I mean, I really can't think of anything worse as a symbol than a skull.
it. A rat's anus?
Yeah, and if we were fighting an army marching under the banner of a rat's anus, I'd probably be a lot less worried, Hans.
Okay. So,